Who wants some free beer? Yes, you did hear that correctly. Who wants some free, new and exclusive beers from one of the best breweries in the whole of the UK? Of course you do. So guess what? My good friends at Beer 52 and the Siren Breweries have collaborated with 8 different breweries from across the world. And as a result, they can offer you 8 different beers that you won't be able to find anywhere else. It's incredible. Look, it arrives at your house, all pre-packed like this, a couple of snacks in there as well, and there are 8 different gorgeous beers for you to sample. Simply go to www.beer52.com/Jennings. That's www.beer52.com/Jennings and cover just £5.95 postage and packaging to receive your free case now. I absolutely love the beers that I've received from Beer 52 so far. Their industry experts carefully curate a new case every month, and they showcase the very best craft beer and independent breweries from around the world. This month they've teamed up with beer legend Siren to celebrate their 10th birthday. Siren are renowned for their IPAs, and Active Deadline Mode is like a highlights reel of their very best. Bursting with punchy tropical aromas. It has a Moorish mouthfeel and incredible depth of flavours. Look, I'm just unpacking it now. It's truly glorious, and they throw in some snacks for good measure. Have a look at this. Ooh la la. Yes, please. The Pastel Pils is my favourite. It offers clean, harmonious flavours and incredible drinkability. It's everything you want from a lager. And if you don't like dark beers, it doesn't matter. You simply choose the light case. And even if after all of that you're unsatisfied, which you won't be, but if you are, you can simply pause or cancel at any time. So that's www.beer52.com/Jennings to claim your free case now. That's beer52.com/Jennings. Enjoy. What's happening, subscribers? I wanted to take this moment to just say a huge thank you to every one of you who have clicked that subscriber button. Welcome. I'm in an incredible mood because not only is it my birthday, but Chelsea have just won 5-0. Now, there is something very special about this time of year. If you are a football fan, which presumably you are, that is why you're watching this channel, there is something truly beautiful about this time of year. We can all be buoyant. We can all dream. And that is exactly what I am doing now. There is a time of the year that is now where anything is possible. Anything could happen. We dream, and that dream could become a reality. And I've been very concerned about what's been going on at Chelsea. I've been very concerned about the ownership. I've been very concerned about the team and the way that we are selling player after player after player. But a 5-0 win on my birthday, suddenly I'm full of the joys of spring. I am genuinely over the moon, and I wanted to use it as an opportunity to say thank you to all of you. I genuinely do mean that. But yeah, I am very happy. What I wanted to see from this Chelsea-Wrexham fixture, 3 things really. I wanted to see Pochettino. Do we see some input from the manager? Do we see an elevation in the way that the squad behave, in the way that the team play, inspired by the manager? And we certainly did. I wanted to see if there were any answers to our troubling striker issues. And I think we did. And I'll come on to talk about that. And I think crucially, we need to have a discussion about Chelsea's midfield because it is incredibly lacklustre. And again, I think we did. So the 3 things that I really wanted Chelsea to focus on, and I really wanted some answers to these questions, I think we got them all. You know, this is a new look Chelsea. New look in the dugout. New look on the pitch, and new look in style. There is reason to be optimistic. Signs of early promise from this Pochettino era. Now look, I know it's a friendly. I know it's Wrexham. I know this is the kind of team that we're only going to play in, the 3rd round of the Cup. But it isn't really about them. It's about what I saw from Chelsea. And let's start with the biggest issue at the club. Strikers. We don't have a striker. The best striker at the club is currently Romelu Lukaku. That's out of order. There was talk fairly recently before he went to Marseille that Aubameyang was going to be given a fresh opportunity, and you're thinking this cannot be the case. So I wondered if Pochettino was going to have some answers, and it turns out he does. I thought Christopher Nkunku looked lively, really lively. He came on and he scored. The way that he scored was very impressive as well. Round the keeper, pinged it in, no dramas, no issues, no mistakes. Love to see that. And I thought Nicholas Jackson looked really lively. To be frank, I didn't know too much about him, but I was slightly worried about his record. He'd only scored 13 goals in 40 appearances for club and country last season. Not particularly inspiring. And I think the questions that I was asking were fairly valid. Is he the man to lead the line for Pochettino? Realistically, at his tender age, with his uninspiring goal record, is he really the man to lead the line for Chelsea in a new season? I tell you what, I'm not judging it entirely off the back of this, but I thought he put in a really encouraging performance. Now, look, I know the opposition were poor, but he did everything right. And the fact that he only cost 31 million in a season where transfer fees have gone wild, I think that he displayed, the pace and the power. If you look at what he did very early, he set up that Ian Maatsen for the opening goal after about 2 minutes. And he did really well. He picked the ball up, he turned in midfield, he drove forward, and he squared the ball using a lot of awareness, being very, very unselfish to give Maatsen the goal. Maatsen's an interesting one as well, Good season last year at Burnley. Can play left wing, can play left wing back. It'll be interesting to see how Pochettino uses him. He did give... There's something weird happened with Cucurella, by the way. Just thought I better mention that while I'm talking about left backs. Cucurella was given 2 opportunities. I think he started, he came off, and then due to an injury to Chalobah, who was captain, there was an agreement with the opposition bench that we could have rolling subs, and Cucurella came back on. So it does look like Pochettino's really going to give him an opportunity. See if he can display the form that he displayed at Brighton that got him that big move, because it was a pitiful season from him last year. So let's hope that Pochettino can find something there. I think Ben Chilwell will be Chelsea's starting left-back, though. But it's great to have options, and I like to see Pochettino giving everybody a fair chance. The midfield. This is huge, isn't it? I think it's fair to say that no area of Chelsea's squad looked like it was more in need of reinforcements than our midfield. Since, say, January, we'll include Jorginho, there's been an exodus from our midfield. Mount, Kante, Loftus-Cheek, Kovacic, Jorginho obviously mentioned. It's worrying. It really is worrying. And we started this season with only 2 senior options, didn't we? And when I say senior, you're talking about Enzo Fernandez, who's 22, and Conor Gallagher, who's 23. We're negotiating at the moment with Moises Caicedo, and I hope that one desperately happens. But the midfield is a problem. And obviously, Enzo Fernandez, he didn't even feature against Wrexham. Gallagher came on, but we trusted the kids. And it was a midfield pivot of Santos and Cassidy making their first appearances, and they both impressed. Santos played deeper. He played as a sort of number 6, deep-lying midfielder in the 4-3-3 that Pochettino decided to choose. And he was excellent. Winning possession, looking after possession, threading passes. And the fact that he's only 19, but he looked so confident on the ball, demanding the ball from his teammates, dictating the play, even when out of possession, bossing people around. Really does look like a player. And I'll probably get a bit of stick for this, but the way that he was marshalling the team, it felt like he was, I don't know, just a little of an element of Thiago Silva in his presence to the man. So it was lovely to see him playing. And that Cassidy, he was very different. Like, I didn't know much about him either. He had a good season on loan again, but he seems to be like an intimidating figure. He's a bit of a giant of a man in that midfield, totally dominating the play with his physicality, and, showed some really nice touches. He got the assist for Nkunku, in fact. So I thought that was huge. And then Pochettino. What did we get with Pochettino? And there were elements to this performance that exhibited the tweaks that Pochettino has introduced to this Chelsea approach so far. There were moments where you could see Pochettino has already put his stamp on this squad. The formation was Pochettino's standard, that 4-2-3-1 effectively. And that's what we've seen him use a lot. And then he would switch into a 4-3-3. So it was clearly Pochettino's team, Pochettino's setup. And the structure, it brought about a balance to the team, and we attacked in various different ways. We weren't predictable at all. So overall, I am incredibly happy. Look, the reality is, this isn't a tough test. But we recorded a positive result on our first outing. There was a clean sheet. There were goals galore. And it's my birthday, and I love this channel, and I love the subscribers. Thank you so much for everything. Thank you for watching. If you're new around here, please click subscribe. And let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. Have yourselves a wonderful 20th of July. Great day, eh?